Why should a PE teacher, health teacher, district leader, someone that's thinking about, starting a social media account and wants to get into this digital marketing, what can they do to level up their influence and why should they do it?
Well, I think the number one reason anytime you do anything is you have to have a purpose behind it, right? Like I wouldn't have a Twitter account unless I knew that I was somehow serving the greater good in my case, right? Like I provide valuable information to my audience, which is people like yourselves, whether you're a physical educator or administrator. And I'm just trying to provide information to keep people on the cutting edge of what the latest research says or what's the latest practices, things like that. I think if you're a PE teacher and you want to have more influence in your community, if you want to bring more awareness, right, that whole advocacy piece of awareness, let's just face it, I can speak to this in Missouri. We recently had a situation where there was a bill from our House of Representatives in our state that was basically looking to um, have marching band and show choir as equal credit for PE. And what did we do right away? We pivoted very quickly. And I want to say 3 days after we saw that bill, we did a town hall. And we had a fantastic town hall meeting. We, made sure we knew our talking points, our agenda. But at the end, this was a call for all PE teachers to rise together in our state to make some noise through social media. But we gave out, some practical ways to do that so that we could be very effective in getting that voice out there. So sometimes even when you have to look at what's going on in your state, that's yet another reason why you could want to level up, or certainly as a PE teacher, have a voice using social media, especially Twitter, when you see what actually our government's been doing, whether it's state, mainly, certainly national, but since 2016, I mean, Twitter and Facebook, they have blown up. They're using constantly now. They didn't used to do it. They didn't see the value in it. Today, they understand it better, and it's a big advocacy piece. That's why, again, if I'm a PE teacher or a leader, why I would want to level up my game so I can have more influence, so I can have more impact, and lastly, so I can just learn how to advocate better and communicate those key messages, because there's so many ways and there's so many platforms that we can do that. That's why I would suggest if you're a PE teacher or a leader, this might be some reasons as to why you might want to level up, your knowledge and experience and practices so that you can just be more effective.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also too, we have a big event coming up here in the next few weeks with Speak Out Day, and how important that can be to get to your local congressperson or to get to the Senate to really advocate for the reasoning behind health and PE and how we need more funding, we need more opportunities. I mean, this right here is the perfect opportunity I see to really, put social media out there to really advocate what we do on a daily basis.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna keep it basic, right? Because I think there's levels of, again, your experience with social media. But for example, we know in our profession the number one platform of communication is Twitter. Okay, so we know that, right? And within that, within like Speak Out Day, we know that Shape America is going to do a fantastic job, training up the different states on kind of how that. It's actually going to be a week this year on things that we can be putting out on social media during the week. And again, if I am a teacher, some simple ways that you can help level up is just by liking something. Or the big one, really, that's going to move the needle even more would be the retweet. If you can just simply retweet something, I mean, just by hitting retweet, the power that can have. And I'm just give you a simple example. Yesterday, I was speaking at the got to say it right, the New Shape, New Jersey conference, as they changed their name, from an association to a society. And if you really look at what they did on Twitter, the amount of retweeting that was going on is just of support of it. That's a very easy way to do that. Now, the next thing you can do, again, to your comfort level, again, it's all got to be on your comfort level. But the next thing you could do is do a quote retweet. So you can make a comment, or, what I'm saying? Like you can put a comment, you can add a photo with it if you'd like. I mean, so the quote retweets become a much more popular thing to do as well. Or if you just want to say congratulations or I'm in support of this, there's so many ways that you can communicate to support what's being said. So that's another way. Then the other way you can kind of level up is if you want to do something, and I'm going to use her right from your home state in
Mhm.
North Carolina, would be Dr. Ballard.
Mhm.
So, guys, Dr. Ballard had she was part of Zagging 101 attending, and she would tell you from her story that video scared her to death. She never wanted to be on camera for a variety of reasons. And yet, you know, Kim was willing to zag and get out of her comfort zone. And I think we've all seen the impact of what Kim does with her every Monday when she posts her, her Monday messages, and they're always spot on. And
Mhm.
again, social media isn't about who's the best speaker, who's the best looking. It's not about that. It's about your message, and is your message relating to your audience? And that's why I have so much respect for Dr. Ballard, because she is saying what a lot of people are feeling, and she's
Mhm.
sharing those things. I know that she shared that yesterday when I was at the social for Shape New Jersey, and all I can say is that again, you can do as little as she posts a video once a week, and yet she's getting thousands of views and people engaging on it with positive messages. So that's yet another simple way you can do it. And then the last thing I could say, if you want to level up your social media, get involved with your state association. Like for example, us at MoShape, we have a social media team. If you want to get more experience, hey, just reach out to me. If you're in Missouri,
Mm.
use my Twitter, at Guy Danhoff. Pretty simple. Direct message me. And if you want to learn more about social media, or if you want to be involved and learn how you can, learn more and be involved, we're always looking for people on our team. And I think that should be somewhat of the mindset a lot of states should take. If you got some individuals who really want to, get plugged in, have some vehicles for them. So if they want to take it more on maybe a corporate level, or they want to, advocate more through this because they feel so passionate about whatever they're advocating for. And that's yet another way that you can certainly do that. And um, having a place for them. As a matter of fact, we'll be talking about some of that this Saturday at our board of director meeting in Missouri, as we have ours this Saturday. That's part of what we'll be talking about, is how can we, lift up our teachers more? How can we give them a better voice and platform? And how can we support them?